Shortly after that, I heard about a pastor that was going to come to church. I had heard this man before. And I went there with my close friends, and I sat in that church. This was the day something was going to happen for me, for sure. I was expecting it. And I sat there. This man's name is Dr. Miles Monroe. And he said, I want all of you to stand up and put out your thumb. And he said, I want you to look at the thumb, and I want you to know that there is nobody else in this world who has the DNA of their thumb. You are unique, you are an original, and God created you for a purpose. And I am here to tell you tonight what it is. I said, okay, it's going to get good. So I sat over there, and he started talking. And I said, oh man. And he said, I'm going to tell you exactly what he said, because this was it. He said, God always wants to talk to you about milk and honey while you're eating garlic and onions. He said, God always wants to talk to you about good things in bad times. I said, oh, that's the dream. He said, the reason God wants to talk to you about good things in bad times is because God wants you to change your mind before He changes your location. I was like, what? God wants you to change your mind before He changes your location. And he said, that's why God wants you to think about good things in bad times. Because if you don't think about good things in bad times, and He takes you from the bad times to the good things, you're going to make your bad time, you're going to turn your time mentality into bad time thinking. And he said, God will never take anybody from Egypt and drop them in Canaan. He said, because God does not want Egypt in Canaan. He said, so He's going to drop you in the wilderness. He's going to drop you in the wilderness, and He's going to keep you flat. He's going to keep you stationary until He tests your heart. And he said, God wants you to understand that you're hanging around the wrong people. He said, some of you are hanging around dead people. They have been long gone. You're still hanging on to those friendships. And he said, when God has a funeral, leave the cemetery. He said, most of you are trying to keep people from going. He said, what I'm here to tell you is that the people that are going are making room for the people that are coming. God will change your location. So I said, oh, I'm getting goosebumps. So I said, wow. So we ran down. I said, Pastor. Yes. How do you know when somebody is dead? He said, that's easy. You know when people are dead when they start occupying your mental space. And he turned around and left.